Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today I'm gonna be listening to Wasteland Raceway proposition and do a second take on the Big Air Bel Air conversion for my Mortal Engines project. I need like 8 or 10 small cars for this big project, so why not have a couple of them looking the same, which gonna just help to reinforce the idea that they found maybe a dealership or something, that they looted and, got a couple of those. Yeah, so let's just get on the table and try to do something different with this one than what I did yesterday. So here we are on the table, and again, for a second time this week, Big Air Bel Air. Yeah, this car is simply lending itself to conversions in a great way. It just, the casting is brilliant in my opinion, and there's, like, to be completely honest, yeah, you only need to do a little bit of a paint job, maybe add a weapon, and the car is ready for being put into the Gaslands. But of course, I usually do not do small conversions like that, so let's start from getting rid of the back wheel. Yeah, it didn't change the profile too much, but as I get back to 3D printing, I 3D printed those tracks. Yeah? And Ron is back to singing. Oh my goodness, I just started the recording and he starts singing. This is just, classic Ron. So I want to put the tracks on the back. I want to have a half track out of this big barrier. And of course, this requires some sanding on both sides to get some extra grippiness for the super glue. Yeah, and when I look how high I want this, I basically want the tracks to cover the wheel wells. I don't want the wheel wells to be visible, so just about this much. Yeah, and those are just simple, I think that they are actually called simple tracks on Thingiverse, or simple small tracks, something like that. And because of the shape of the car, they're gonna be slightly bent inwards, yeah, and that just, unavoidable if you just want to make it a simple conversion. If you want to make it more complex conversion, you could easily, sort it out. But I don't care for long conversion today, and I'm still of a high energy output, so yeah. So, and I have still some extra spikes, yeah, and why not use them on this car as well? It's gonna give some sort of consistency to the build when they have wheel spikes on both of them, not necessarily the same wheel spikes. And I don't know what to call this one, because weapon wise he is gonna be a grenadier. Yeah, so second wheel spike, and it is nice and holding. Oh, I have a little bit of diamond plating. I'm gonna put it on the door, because why not? It was just lying here. So why not to use it? Sometimes pieces just fall into your hand and you have to use them up. So I 3D printed this. This is some sort of a big rocket launcher. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. This is the spare magazine for it. Because I printed like 4 of those and 2 of those, and I was just thinking, what might this be? Yeah, I was thinking that I can just put it on the back as some sort of a smoke launcher or something. But now, after looking at it, I think that I have some version of it without the magazine, and this is exactly what it is. Alright, that's, Cool. And okay, again, I need to get rid of the lights from the top, because the poor guy, you know, just the weapon gonna be problematic stuff. And you know, again, me, I don't want to deal with the inside too much. So let's just, wow, that was surprising how I actually cut off the paint. And again, for some extra grip, let's just sand it down a little bit. And there is one little issue with this, you know, car when you're doing this conversion and you are gluing flat stuff to it. It's not flat, yeah. Every single surface in here is a little bit rounded, so everything gonna be wiggly wobbly, whatever. Yeah, so I'm thinking about putting this on the roof. But I straight away see, you know, how this back gonna be hanging over. But again, it looks cool in my opinion. And I like this spoiler. For some reason, the spoiler in this car is brilliant. Yeah. And you know, I was thinking about putting some extra RAM on it or something like that. Just the fact that I like the spoiler, and it would be just, you know, covering this nice spoiler. Let me just think. Then I want to put something extra on it. Like, I have plenty of little gizmos now 3D printed. And you know, like, I almost ran out of resin today, but I realized that I have some extra resin in my old the 3D printer that I broke the screen off. So yeah, my goodness, this magazine would have to be rolled by like 2 or 3 people if it was somewhat realistic. Let me think, do I want to do anything else to it? I think maybe some more armor plating, because that's, you know, with this you can put anything on that car because those tracks would push it. Yeah, so more armor plating is definitely something that would be possible, so I can easily armor the windows. And you see how perfectly straight I cut. Yeah, there is not a single wiggle in that line. I wish. Like, I was always jealous of people who can actually cut straight. Yeah. This is one of those skills that I do not own at all. Every single time that I cut something, it's crooked. Now I just need to, come on, just a little bit more, like that. Yeah. This was actually somewhat of an issue when I was working as a plumber, you know. Sometimes I cut the pipe and it was crooked at the end, and you know, putting the, what do you call it now in English? Putting the threads on it was a little bit difficult because of that. It's still happening to me till today, you know, like working on miniatures, I try to get 2 identical pieces and it turned out that, you know, again, I cut something crooked. And how much more? So I wish I have the skill to cut straight, but unfortunately this skill evaded me in my life. I see some people, you know, they are cutting something and they always get the straight lines, and this is really, you know, point of jealousy for me. It sounds silly, I know. I have other skills, you know, that are somewhat, you know, impressive or cool or whatever, but never could cut a straight line. And the funny thing is this, that even with rulers quite often I gotta screw up and, you know, cut something crooked. It just, there's no avoiding that for me. Let's just add a couple more of those metal panels. I don't know why I'm cutting them with the scalpel if I have scissors in here. I just want to armor this guy a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe, wow, there's a lot of super glue here. Maybe I can put something on the front window. No. Just the doors and, you know, then overlapping and so on and so forth. Okay, this is covered in super glue. And maybe like that. Come on. And then I want something like this. And the other side. Okay. I'm thinking, you know, about covering all of the windows again, you know, with the metal plating. The question is, you know, because this is bent, so I would have to bend a piece of plastic card or leave a gap in there. So now I'm just struggling with question, do I want to leave a gap? Let's do something like that for now and leave this. So this one is definitely much more armored than the one that I did yesterday. And have nice profile, and I'm just thinking about putting the mesh into the window, but you know, no. Do I want to use the ram in here? Yeah, I'm gonna use the ram, but normally I would use the saw and the miter box, you know, for the straight one. But I want to cut it and then distress the sides, so it's gonna be looking like it was damaged. So let's start from this point. So let's start distressing this. And that's why I cut it a little bit bigger than I need. And then I'm going to be able to use these extra panels that I have cut from the diamond plating to do some more detailing on that. So we have the sides nicely distressed, actually extremely distressed. It looks like it was made maybe out of concrete or something, and you know, someone was shooting at it and chipped it. So that's okay. And now let's just go with the same idea and just start distressing the middle of it. And of course I ain't gonna be able to do everything perfectly, but you know, some nicks, and yeah, because like when I put the rams usually into my cars, they are very pristine, and this one gonna be nice and orky looking. And I ain't gonna be putting the mesh into the front window today again. Alright, now the scissors just to get rid of this, and some super glue. And I have this plating, just put it here, and maybe a next one over here. They're gonna be like patches on that. And now I have to flatten the front of the car. All of this spoiler have to be just trim to the size. Yeah, so scissors help with this. And then some sanding gonna help for the gripping on it. Let's just super glue it like that. Yeah. And I think that that's it from the conversion standpoint, so I'm gonna just black bomb it and be right back. And here it is, nice and dry and stuck to the napkin. Yeah, that we have it done. And I'm gonna paint it exactly the same way as I painted the one yesterday. This is gonna give the consistency to the theme. Yeah, so again, just dry brushing and then some weathering, some roasting, and you know, it's gonna be done. I love the simplicity of this paint job because it just, you know, it really doesn't come any easier than just, you know, metallic dry brush on top of a black paint job. And I fully admit that this is the biggest appeal of this paint job to me. And you know, as well, I like the color scheme. Yeah, black/metallic, always probably one of my favorite color schemes. One of my favorite Space Marine forces that I painted ages ago was actually in that color. So yeah. It's just me being kind of drawn into this. Yeah, so, and all of those elements, you know, that I printed and put on that model, they are really, when it comes to paint job, they are really here to catch the dry brush. Yeah. And here we have the wheels. And you see, like, if you stop it at this point, you know, painting this car, nobody would tell you anything. Well, maybe only this, that you can see some white in here, yeah, which was a screw up on my part. Yeah, but this, you know, little screw ups happened to me. Oh, but whatever, I can mask it with some, of course, other colors. So let's get this brush, you know, being cleaned, and let's get some, which one was I using? I think Bestial Brown as the first one. So some Bestial Brown here, just on my, you know, frail old brush. Give it a little bit of cleanup, and now, you know, I can first of all put some in here under the weapon, and then just pick up again some spots that I want the Bestial Brown to be. Yeah, and in case of this car, it's gonna be probably a bit more than the one yesterday, because I think that I actually used the darker brown. I think that I was using scorched brown. Just thinking about, yeah, consistency and the darkness of the paint. Definitely it was a scorched brown. Yes, I can see this. So yeah, you see, I already sorted out the issue with the previous thing. And you know, I can, because this is for me kind of weathering, just, you know, rust. Yeah, so I know that rust is usually more of an orange color, but why wouldn't I have this brown mixed into it? Yeah, so I have this, and that's enough definitely of this color brown. I can just pick up whatever I have still here and just add it. That's fine. Now let's add the red color. And for the red, yesterday I was using, I think, this Wazdaka red. And I just want to keep the colors somewhat consistent. Hopefully this is gonna turn up well for me. So Wazdaka red, and I'm getting rid of it again, just not too much on the brush, and just a stipple now. I did too many brush motions on the previous color, so now stippling. And I can, you know, put more of the red on the spikes, and of course the front here is a distressed object. I hope that I'm not covering everything with my fingers, because this keep on happening to me. I watch my videos back, and you know, half of the paint job is covered with my hands. The same with the build. I'm sorry, you know, I need to one day get myself a camera, not record everything with my phone. But right now I don't have any good camera, so you know, my phone is my only option. And you know, those browns, they really work well with the metallic paint job, and I know that I'm starting to spend much more time on weathering, yeah, because prior to that my weathering was basically just blasting colors on and hope that it's gonna stick as I want it to. And now of course blazing orange, because I did use blazing orange yesterday. I did use it very sparingly though. So let's try being again conservative with this color. Yes, some into the wheels here, some around the rusted areas, because I tend to overdo orange. And to be completely honest, I think that the blazing orange, you know, which I would normally use for I would say dwarf hair dews, yeah, is probably perfect color for rust. Yeah, just I was thinking about it and comparing, you know, dry rust, of course I'm talking about dry rust, to it, and this is probably really the dry rust color. Yeah, okay, so I have those done, and now let's do some mod. And I'm sorry to my friend in comments, but today, you know, even doing my mod, I cannot really roll the car through the mod, because, well, the wheels are stock and the other wheels are tracks. So sorry, man. Yeah, I will try to do that in some future build. Today I just have to be creative with my baking soda and, you know, brush, and hopefully it's gonna work like it does usually. Yeah, so let's just put some caking on the wheels. some into the wheel wells as well, and as well some dirt in here. More baking soda. And some on the ram, because well, this definitely gonna get slapped with dirt and mud. And we all know that tracks carry mud and dirt and everything, you know. There are not too many tracks that are non-stickable right now, but they do actually exist. Yeah, there are tracks that do not collect a lot of mud. All right. I think that I'm almost done with that. Wow, that was very fast painting. Although the video is already over 20 minutes long, which isn't that fast. But again, I want to come back to the metallics again, yeah, and just give it the extra layer of highlights just on the top, yeah. And I know that it might be silly or weird looking, but I actually like this extra layer of highlighting. Especially, you know, when I look at this ram, yeah, there are so many nicks on it, yeah, but extra just, you know, metallic sheen, especially in those nicks. Because if this is metal, like if it is concrete mixed with metal or whatever, this is gonna be showing. And again, here the spikes, I want some, at least some of that show up. And then the red, I want some red on spikes. And then just, I don't know whether I have enough of red here. No, I need to squeeze some more. But basically just flicking your brush, you know, loaded with a paint. It cannot be just, you know, gently loaded, it have to be quite a lot of paint in it. Gonna create this blood splatters. I got a new word in English. And always when you try to do that, just try to do it from one direction, so from the front. But yeah, this is done, yeah? So I don't know what to call him, probably a Bomberman or something like that. Yeah? But I just gonna dry it off and throw it on the spin table now. And here we have him, a twin to Overkill. I don't know what to call him, like I said, probably Bomberman or something like that. Yeah, I really dig the, you know, the tracks in the back. I think that I always, you know, I was always a big fan of German Hanomag. Yeah, so this kind of build really, you know, strikes the chord with me. And now let's just see the both of them standing together. Hopefully this spin table can pull them. Yeah, it struggles sometimes with heavier builds. But yeah, there it is. If you like the video, please rate, comment, subscribe. Yeah, share with your friends, family and whoever else want to watch it. And of course everybody have a lovely day and take care.